Hello and welcome to the channel and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be starting a brand new Let's Play series on Farming Simulator 22, and we are going to set ourselves a goal. So when I play Farming Simulator, I usually like to have a goal in mind. I don't like to play it without any goal in mind because it just feels a little pointless at that point, but we're going to be setting a goal for ourselves. Obviously, before we get into that, we'll go ahead and show you my character. It's already pre-made, so we're good to go there. Repping the John Deere, obviously. But yeah, we're going to be starting a brand new Let's Play on Elm Creek, I guess. And the goal for this playthrough, I think what I want to do is I want to do a run where I get every animal in Farming Simulator. So I want to do every animal that the game has, and I want to use the biggest pin for each one. So as you can see, there's cows, pigs, horses, chickens, sheep, bees, dog. Wait, you can get a dog in Farming Simulator? Get a doghouse in the build mode. Okay, we will definitely be getting a dog. I did not know that was in this. I have watched a lot of hours of Farming Simulator, like hundreds of hours probably, but I've probably played less than 50 hours personally. So I'm a little new to the game hands-on, but should have a pretty good base knowledge. But I will probably make a lot of mistakes that you guys are more than welcome to laugh at, but also help along the way if you have any advice, any tips. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so this is where you start off on Elm Creek, obviously. So we are playing on medium difficulty. Maybe that's something we can go through real quick as our settings for this playthrough. We're playing on medium difficulty for a couple reasons. The biggest one being this is just a side hobby for me, so I don't have a ton of time to put into it. So a start from scratch run is a little daunting, and would just take a long time for the series to progress, I think. So I think we're gonna do medium, and see how that works for us. So we've got $1.5 million to start with. So settings for this Let's Play, we're going to leave all of that. Our money, we're gonna do dollars because America, in miles because America, Fahrenheit because America, and acres because America. Okay, let's see. Anything else in here? That all looks good. Let's look at this. We'll have the time scale on real time for now. We can always change that as we go. Like I said, we're playing on normal difficulty. Seasonal growth, yes, definitely want to play with that. 1 day per month is good. Snow, that's fine. Crop destruction, I'm going to turn that off. Big reason is because I use AI workers for sure, and sometimes they just get you in a situation where you have to damage crops to get them out, and that is not fun. So for me, that is not fun, so I'm going to leave that off. Periodic plowing can stay on, field stones can stay on, dirt normal, yep. I do not want AI to buy those. Okay. Alright, well I think that's the main settings that we'll go over. The only other thing I think I should let you know about before we get started is the mods that I'm using on this playthrough. So I like mods that are like quality of life mods, not game-breaking mods necessarily. So one that I'll be using is Autoload, because using a skid steer or forks and front loader is way too tedious. It takes way too long, so I'll definitely be using an Autoload mod. And Another one I have is Sleep Anywhere, so I don't have to go to my house every time to sleep. A lot of the times if I have a mod like that, like Sleep Anywhere, I'll make sure I have a house. As a matter of fact, that's probably one of the first things I'll buy is a house, just because I don't want to go back to my house to sleep. I'll still have the house so that I would have that capability. And same with an auto load. I'll probably try to buy a tractor with a front loader or something, so that all just makes sense, but we can just use the auto load. We have the capability to do it manually, but we're just going to save ourselves some time. Other than that, I don't think I have any other big mods. So yeah, I think the next thing we need to do is buy some land. So this is obviously where you start every time you start a new series on Elm Creek. This is where you spawn in. I think if you're on easy, you actually own this farm when you spawn in. But let's take a look at the farmland and see where we want to start. I think I'm gonna do some math and see what would be a good investment for us as far as acreage versus price. So I'll be right back once I do that math. Alright, I've done some math, and according to my calculations, these two fields right here are some of the better acreage to price ratio that's out there. So I think we're going to start with these two fields, and hopefully that's not a big mistake. First one is 266,000, and the second one 372,000. So that's about 500,000 right off the bat. Ooh, even more. 700, almost 640,000. So that's a big chunk of money, but let's go check out our land. As I'm running over to our field, I did forget about a couple other mods that I'm using. The big one is precision farming. I do enjoy precision farming and the gameplay that it adds. So we'll be using precision farming, and then as you can tell from the way I'm running, I also have the superhuman mod that just allows me to run faster, jump higher, and you know, when I inevitably roll over a car, I'll be able to set that back up without resetting it or anything like that, which happens. So be nice to have that. So we just bought these fields. Let's see what we've got going on. Looks like we've got some oats here and sorghum. They look really nice. Now the question is, do we want to harvest these? Do we want to lease the equipment to harvest these, or buy the equipment to harvest these? I think something that will help us determine that is determining what we want to do as our first crop. So, like I mentioned, I want to do every animal in Farming Simulator on this playthrough. I've watched a lot of Farming Simulator. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people do cows. I've seen a lot of people do chickens. Those ones are super normal, super staples, and they're great. But I think I want to start with something different. I have seen cows, or I have seen pigs, I mean. But I've only seen a little bit of pigs, and I've seen sheep a little bit as well. I've never seen horses, so that'll be completely new for me. We'll learn that one as we go. But I think what I want to start with is sheep. The reason I want to start with sheep is because I know that you can turn their wool into fabric, which you can turn into clothing, which sells for a really good price. We can actually look at it here. Clothing. Let's see if we can find it here. Clothes sells for $12,000 and $18,000 at the highest point. So yeah, sells for a lot of money, and I think that would be a good way for us to start and kind of be our cash crop to get us started. So that being said, I'm considering doing cotton, because This cotton can obviously also go into fabric and then clothes. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go with cotton. So, that being said, all of this will need plowed up. And if we're gonna start with cotton and sheep, I might just combine these two fields and make it one big field and just put cotton on all of it. So, if I'm gonna lease a plow to plow all this up, I can go ahead and combine the fields at the same time. So, that being said, I always think it's a good idea to buy yourself a tractor that you own, because you're always gonna use a tractor, right? So, let's take a look. Our fields are very conveniently located next to the shop, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at some tractors. We've got the small tractors, but to be honest, I don't think I want a small tractor. I want at least medium and maybe even just up to a large. So I want this tractor to be one that we can use throughout most, if not all, of the playthrough. So I want it to be able to handle anything we buy. Now, if you know me at all in real life, you know that I'm a big fan of John Deere. My dad worked there for 13 years or so, so I've always been a big fan of John Deere. So there's a good chance we'll end up with a lot of John Deere equipment on this playthrough. But I'm thinking, I happen to know that this JCB here is actually the fastest tractor in the game, and if we're going to be running things to and from shops, maybe I want to start with this JCB and get the fastest vehicle out there. I do want this so that we can detect the nitrogen levels that we need for our crops more accurately. So that's another $305,000, which that is another big chunk, but also we do have loans we can take advantage of. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna start with this JCB. Nice. Oh yeah, we look good in there. We're still repping the John Deere hoodie, so it works. Alright, so we got this, and like I said, we're going to be plowing up that field, so let's look at the plows, see if there's one we want to lease. Speaking of John Deere, I do like this John Deere plow. It is a mod as well. I have a couple, I think literally like 3 equipment mods in here. And it's mods that I've seen in real life. I drive past a plow like this almost every single day. So, like I said, it's not game breaking. It's a little bigger than the other plows, which I really just don't like the other plows in the game as much. 4,000 to lease isn't bad. I think we can do that. And just use that for this time. So let's see how this JCB pulls it. And we'll get out into the field. Get these things combined, get them plowed up and ready for planting. When do we plant cotton? Let's see. So cotton, it looks like you plant it in February or March. Okay, so we've got a little ways to go. We'll probably get these fields plowed up, and we'll go ahead and buy a house, like I said. Give ourselves a place to live, and then we can go ahead and fast forward the time until February and get some cotton planted. So let's see how this thing works. Unfold it. See if we can get ourselves lined up nicely. I never realized how good the people I watched play Farming Simulator were at driving tractors until I had to try to drive them myself. Then I realized I'm really bad at it. So, we'll see if we can get this nice and straight. Alright, so let's lower the plow. Okay. Once we come up to this curb, I think we'll just go straight. Straight through here. Try and get ourselves lined up nicely. Allow create fields. Okay, we went over a little bit, but we can try to stay pretty straight here. We can always clean up anything with the painting afterwards. Oh yeah, that's quite a bit actually. Oh yeah, these are big fields. I think these are gonna last us a long time. Let's see if we can blend this nicely. I'll keep creating fields until I get back into this field, which looks like we're just about there. Okay, let's turn off create fields and let's just plow this. Oh, starting to miss. Alright. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put a little time-lapse video in here for you. And you can just watch me plow this field. So enjoy. as I'm driving up and down these fields thinking about whether or not this was a good place to start, I'm starting to feel really good about the decision. Like I mentioned earlier, we're really close to the store, which is super convenient. All your seed and fertilizer, all your equipment you buy or lease spawns right there, which is super nice, super quick. There's the lime right there, so whenever we need to buy a lime, not a very far trip for that at all. And I was thinking we're gonna need a lot of fields, and a lot of different fields, because I know just for pigs they need 4 or 5 different things. And I'm looking across these train tracks, and I think we have a great opportunity to expand, put some pens or production facilities over there, and look at all those fields across the way. We can fill those up with so many different kinds of crop types. I think we made a good choice. Anyways, I'll let you get back to the time lapse. Oh, that's satisfying. I was afraid that my plow was going to be just a little too short, but it's perfect. Honestly, this plow is amazing. It's so much better than any of the other plows in the game. Glad we downloaded this mod. Made this field very easy, very doable. I was a little worried about it, but I think it went really well. As you could see in the time lapse, this field isn't completely square. It's got a couple little spots where it jots out, but overall I think this is going to be a good start for us. I think we're going to call the episode there. Actually, there's a couple things we need to do first. First thing we need to do is buy a house, like I said. I want to buy a house on this first episode, so we have a place to sleep. So let's get that done real quick. Go to construction and go down to farmhouses. Looks like we've got the choice between a double wide or a trailer home or a nice house. Let's look at this house. 150,000. Do we need that right now? I feel like we haven't earned that yet. I feel like we've got to start with this. And then maybe as we're making some money, we'll upgrade. Do we just want to set it over here, just kind of out of the way? There's already some buildings here. I think we'll have ours facing the farm. Yeah, I think this is a good spot. 20,000. We can afford that. Gives us a place to live. Let's go over there. Take a look at our field while we're going. You know, one thing we should do. Well, we'll go look at our house first. Wow. Home sweet home. Yeah, we're gonna have to upgrade this someday. But one thing I was gonna say, we should, since we are playing with precision farming, we should go ahead and buy our field information now that we've combined those fields. Pro tip, always do that after you combine your fields, otherwise you have to purchase the soil information twice. So we'll get those purchased. Another 13,000, almost 14,000, but we still have 500,000 Like I said, we've got the loan that we can take advantage of as well. But now we've got our pH information, our nitrogen information for when we do go to plant this. Of all that information, we'll be able to do it well. But I think that's where we'll call the episode for today. Like I said, doing every animal in this playthrough. I know we didn't do a lot of field work in this episode, but just wanted to kind of lay the groundwork and give you an idea of what this series will look like, and go from there. So I guess this is the part of the video where I'm supposed to say like, comment, and subscribe. No, but seriously, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope to post 2 to 3 times a week in the upcoming future. So I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks so much.